Again, to get back to what I was talking about, we were talking about buildings have feelings too. It's a game that is a sort of city management game, but instead of focusing on for what the people want, we're focusing on what the buildings want, and like each building has its own a relationship that you build with, and kind of build a sort of, they have these aspiration that you want to kind of please, right? So they have feelings, thus the game name. It's published by Merge Games, and it's developed by a small studio called Blackstaff Games. So you'll end up, discovering a bunch of new businesses and kind of things that you can turn these buildings into. So, for example, this warehouse has been turned into a grocer. A grocer is basically a market or supermarket, whatever. We had also a chimney that we turned into a sort of factory. Another warehouse that we turned into a linen mill, and this is set in the 1900s, so we're talking about Victorian era as well. So that's the start of the game, and eventually you will progress through modern era. So the whole point of the game is to kind of make sure that the city is thriving with happiness from the buildings. So right now, the main part of the game is that we did the first part, which was to move the chimney away from the mass of other buildings, because they don't like the smoke. And then you had to construct a bunch of new buildings, open a pub, and make sure that the neighborhood is happy to a level of 12. So to do so, you had to kind of like try to please every single building, and to do so, you can see it here. All these buildings are right now happy. You can see it from the way the gradient is happening on top of them. You're looking at, for example, this is a living quarter in green. This is a produce manufacturing, let's say a purchasable building, so places where you can purchase goods. And then you have things like pubs, which is entertainment and whatnot. And then you have factories, so production, right? So right here. These are like one star. So they're like, 1 star is the base of the happiness, and then it can get better. So for example, if you want to know, for example, you have this living quarter. If you want to upgrade it, you're going to have to get to a point that there are close to another house, another housing complex, and at the same time close to another grocer. So with the icon, with the little icon of a fresh produce, right? But if you put them close to a factory, then they lose a -2. So you can kind of rearrange everything in that sense, and then eventually occupy them. And so as you progress through the game, you get more bricks, and the bricks are like sort of resource to build more buildings. So right now the point is to go to the other section and get to that function. So you can also move, seems like you can also move these ones. All right, so we're gonna show you how we can build here. So we can build another residence building right now, which cost us 10 bricks. So you build it here. Here's the first one. And then once you're done with that, that's just an empty shell of a building. You will then, you can either demolish it, or you can turn it into another sort of business. So either you turn it to a grocer to produce money, and to hopefully please the other house next to it, which are also rented rooms, or you can turn it to a rented room. So considering that next to it, for example, you have another rented rooms. Rented rooms like to be next to each other, but they also like to be next to a grocer. So we'll build another grocer to produce fresh vegetables. So as you can see, because the fresh produce place is next to a living quarter next to it, you can now upgrade it because it's next to an attribute of the matching icon, and now it will have a level 2 a business upgrade. So you earn money in that sense, and the happiness level is still at 10, sadly. But so let's get to it. So if you get lost in this game, usually the vibe is that you can always talk to, so you can see there's also an overview, so you can see everything in terms of space and whatnot, how much the linen mill, for example, affects the happiness of the other building. So because this is a mill, so it's a production, so it produces a 2 level of I would say pollution, so you got to put it away. So what you do is here you go. What the hell? Why is it not answering me? It's weird. Come to me, Bubba. Okay. Strange. Thought we were supposed to. Alright, so these are the other neighborhoods that we will eventually open on the side. So there's a lot of complexity. So here's everything that you can eventually upgrade. So there's obviously a lot of path. So rented rooms become 2 more path. Grocers have a lot of path to upgrade. Then you have the pubs, which also can continue. There's another type of building or business that we don't know about here. I would assume those are offices. And then you have mills, right? So like factories and whatnot. All right. So here, all these are rented rooms. They are not happy. As you can see, they're -1, -1, -1. And that's because they're next to a factory, and here we have a vacant one. So what we could do is we could turn it into a pub, because pubs like to be near living quarters. So as you can see, the happiness now is being boosted. It's still not perfect for the other rented house. I'm trying to remember, why is it not letting me move the rest of this stuff? It's very strange. It's very strange. Here we go. Squatters. So as you can see, there's a lot of wittiness in the conversation as well. If you press Y, when you're with them, you can talk to them as well, so you can figure out what's the next step. My take is what we're gonna do is, instead of, because it seems like there's a weird bug here, so I'm gonna actually go back to the main menu, and I'm gonna restart a fresh new game, just for you guys to kind of get the vibe of it and to understand how more in depth of what's going on in the game. So again, like I said, circa 1900s, so we're talking about Victorian era in London. So, for example, this is a big factory that is being destroyed, and the other building are saying no, they will live forever and they will stay as is, which is obviously not the truth if you know about how urban landscape changed dramatically over the years and over the different eras. All right. But it kind of doesn't want to show you the dramatic part that they've destroyed. Right. So you start the game here. Look who it is, right? So you gotta talk to this It's a good thing you're here. Me and Warehouse were just discussing this neighborhood, and they could use some help, right? So because they want. So here they teach you about the overview, so you can understand the happiness level and how everyone is kind of affecting the other. So there you go. So here's one. So we're getting 1 heart from the rented room here because it's at level 2, and 0 heart from the grocer. All right. These guys, they go like, and they speak and speak and speak. All right, so we got close to this, the quaint residence. The Warehouse and I were thinking we need a new building or 2 in the parts. So let's go into constructing. So I showed you guys how to construct. You cannot construct so close. So you gotta connect it here. You're 6. So we're gonna build a chimney stack. There you go. Here's the big boy now. Where the devil am I? So it's just a chimney stack. Again, it's completely free of anything, and it doesn't have a purpose right now. So he needs a purpose. He will need to do something, right? So like any good citizen in society. So as you can see, a building always feels better if he has something to do. And so we're gonna open up the chimney. Like I said before, we're gonna add a business and we're gonna turn it to a linen mill. So obviously when you turn into a linen mill, you will get the factor output of 1, but you will get also 1 mild pollution level as well. And then to upgrade it, eventually you will need to bring 3 more livable quarter around him, and another sort of similar factory style building as well. So we're going to close the overview. And as you can see right now, the living quarter will feel like, oh, what a second, what is that? Is that a factory you got here? So he's like, oh no, that's not the kind of, and this little warehouse, which is a grocer now, used to be a factory. So obviously he doesn't want, he plays with his emotion as well. All right, so from the building overview, we're going to see how the building and businesses have positive, negative effect on the other buildings next to them. So like I explained, here is the effect. So for example, this one is giving a heart. So it's giving 1 heart to the house next to it and nothing to the other side, while the factory in the chimney is giving a minus heart to the residence next to it. All right, so we're gonna speak. Got me thinking. All right, how about I show you the ropes? So we're gonna select the warehouse. Oh, sorry. And here's the attribute I was talking about. It creates fresh veg for surrounding buildings. And then you can see more details about those as well. So if you press, here you go. The attribute provides 1 fresh to all nearby buildings. Don't forget to hydrate always. There we go. And the appeal goal, as I said, he's aspiring to have more residents next to him. So right now he already has 1. If you get another 1 next to him, meaning that he can upgrade and get better. All right. So here you go. So this is how you understand that there's where is the first attribute coming from, which is the housing complex next to him on the left. And we close the menu. So, meaning the best bet is to build another residence building next to him. All right. So we do that. We're gonna we're gonna build a residency building. All right. We're gonna turn it into a rented rooms. Well, there you go. Get dressed into rented rooms. So as you can see now, the fresh, the attribute is coming from those two. So we met the attribute. So we're gonna speak to him, and meaning we can now up the level of fresh produce creating. So it's gonna give 2 hearts to each side now. There we go. So level 2 grocer. So now it means that you will get more complex attributes now to reach. So right now he needs 3 houses next to him to have a matching icon, and he should be away from a factory. There you go. All right. So the residents, now gave us some extra break, which means we can upgrade the area around us, remove some of the rubble, so we can start building more parts or more places. All right, so now, because Chimney is gonna have to stay as is, we're gonna have to move him away. And so the Chimney, like I said, he should be out of the way, out of the residential area, because you don't want to live next to a factory. And obviously all these other buildings do not want that as well. So to move that, we press the RB button on Xbox. Again, this game is on almost every platform. So we're gonna put him as far as we can. It's a bit tricky the way it builds, but there we go. So he is okay. He's not very happy. He's not very perfect, but he's not affecting the other one, because really for linen mill to become better, he needs to be next to 2 living quarters. So obviously in this case, it would affect the living quarters as well. All right, made it. All right. All right. Give us some more bricks. So right now we gotta build the appeal for everything. Total appeal of the neighborhood can be seen at the bottom, so it's the number at the bottom. So right now it's an appeal of 3 hearts, and then the higher the better, basically. So this is the first quest, I would say, the one we were talking about. So we gotta build another building, we gotta open a pub, and we gotta get the neighborhood appeal to 12. So what we would do is we would get another small warehouse that we would turn into a pub. Pub have, there we go. So pub is giving a heart to this building here, meaning we can also upgrade this one. There we go. And again, we can also build it even more. And now he's at highest level of rented rooms at the moment. There is no more. I mean, we could go higher, but we need to upgrade the rest, which is the highest thing we can get to. Now that this house, this living quarter has been upgraded, it means that the grocer can also be upgraded, because that means that because the house on the right is giving him one icon of population, while the other one on the right is giving him 2, so that's 3. And then there's no factories in the area, so that means we can upgrade the grocer as well. Right, and finally the pub is next to a more than a 2-level house, which means we can upgrade it even more. Now in this situation, the next stage would be to upgrade it even more, the small warehouse, which we could do by having another house here, another living quarter here. So we're going to do that with another residential building. Turn it into rented home rooms. There we go. And now our beloved pub can become a level 3 pub. There we go. This house again can be upgraded, and we are close to the highest tier housing. So what we could upgrade is now this one, even more. This one is already at level 2 from the start. So the next level would mean that it would need another grocer, a pint next to him. And pints are usually these little objects here that you can find. Whoops, sorry. I just moved the house. There we go. Build a whiskey distillery next to the door. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this guy a little bit to this side. This guy. It's not perfectly done, these things. At least, it pushes everyone around, so that's kind of fun. And there we go. Now we have more space to play around. So we're gonna see if we can build another small warehouse. And we're gonna turn it into another pub. There we go. Oops. So once you start getting into the whole vibe of this, you will eventually, get to a situation where, you can get better. Right now we're almost there. We just need to get one more level of. So what we're gonna do is probably gonna build another residence building and turn that building into another grocer. And we're gonna move that grocer next to. There we go. Come on, dude. Come here. Push all these guys to the side a little bit, and done. So it seems like we're getting there. What else can we build? Or maybe we should have. Yep, there we go. Ooh, achievement. We're gonna turn this one into a linen mill, and we're gonna move him next to the chimney. Alright. Come, boy. Come with me. I'm gonna make use of him to move everyone else. Here we go. And there we go. Now we got the appeal. We're gonna see if we can upgrade it. Nope, we can't. All right, so now that we have 12, we're pretty much finished. We got to a new century and a new freshly gravel road. All right, so now we gotta go to the other side of the bridge and help the other buildings to get into a more. So we use 50 bricks, across the bridge, and now we're gonna talk to this big bad boy here. Hello, dear. Hello. Over here. Yes, I'm here. All right. Alright, so some buildings have infrastructure. These gives additional attributes or appeal goals for buildings. So in this case, here we have like a bunch of new houses, and our good old linen mill here wants to be next to three other. Hey, Ansuka, good evening. This building wants to be next to 3 living quarters, which he's already doing, which is already near. As we can see, he's being affected by all these. But he wants to be next to a level 2 production. So in this case, I'm going to speak to this one. What am I doing? All right. All right, so seems like the workhouse wants to move away, and it wants to move away to somewhere more. There we go. Alright, so workhouse can be turned into an accountant house. So obviously that's the grasshopper. Hey, Luciano. Hey. So now we can turn other houses into accountants. So right now we're gonna speak to our mill. What have you done? What have you done? Yeah, I can. Alright. So next step, we're gonna do, I want to break free, turn workhouse into an accountant house. So in this case, these are not workhouses, they're rented rooms. The workhouse is this one. And we're gonna turn it into an accountant house, which will produce office supplies. There we go. All right. So now to be able to upgrade it, we're gonna have to match its what its aspiration is, and in this case it just wants to have a living quarter next to him. So we're gonna build another house next to him. There we go. And we're gonna turn it into a rented rooms. There we go. So now our is getting close to that. There we go. The upgrade that is needed is another house, right? So what we could do is either we're gonna have to build another housing complex, or what we can do is we can we can put another warehouse and turn it into a grocer next to it, just to boost the level of happiness of the living quarters nearby. There we go. as you can see. Seems like the appeal they want instead a pint, which means they want to. Okay, gonna repair it, and we're gonna turn it into a pub. There we go. All right. So this guy's got the locals. I don't know what locals mean, but my assumption is that it would need another housing. It needs to be high to play this. What are you doing? I'm not high, so welcome to my world. So we're gonna put another residence building. Here we go, and turn it into a rented rooms as well. So done. So now all these houses can be upgraded into 2-star rented rooms. There we go. This one as well. Alright. And then this is the Victorian pub, which also can be upgraded because we have more locals nearby. And done. So what is going on here? We have the office supply is nearby, which means he wants to be near another office housing and shouldn't be close to the bar. The bar is giving him a -1. So what do we do in this situation? We could move all these guys. There we go. Move this guy around. Oops. And then move that guy finally near it. All right. So that way, our good old accounting here is getting the effect. Is still getting. Wow. He's still getting the -1. He's pretty. He needs to be pretty far out, huh? All right. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna push these guys a little bit. Let's see. There we go. Much better. All right. So now to upgrade this guy, we need to put another office supply nearby. So we're going to put it on the other end. Another tall office. Oops. Yep. There we go. And then we're going to turn it into an accounting. And done. So now our little accountant building can be upgraded. And there we go. So that's pretty much the gist of the game. It's quite interesting. It's obviously a different take on SimCity building management, I would say, in a sense, where you don't play to please the population of the city, but the actual buildings, because that's the game's name. Buildings have feeling too. You want to make sure that you appeal to all their feelings and take care of them and make sure that you answer their needs and what do they need from that. So that's pretty much it for the day. Or for the night or morning, whatever you are in the world. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We had a good time playing Nier Replicant, talking a lot about the lore earlier. If you guys want to replay the stream later on, good game. Nier Replicant is obviously something I would highly suggest to people that are really into traditional JRPG and not the more modern takes. So we're talking about late 1990s or even I would say mid 2000s, early 2010s. So before all the craziness of westernization of JRPG happened. Again, highly just again play this, get this game with an open heart. You gotta try to forget the fact that it's a 2010 game that has been reshape for the DHD era. So obviously it doesn't look as crazy good looking as what you would expect from, you know, a Final Fantasy 15 or something like that. Other than that, people that played Nier Automata, probably something that you would want to play. Nier Replicant, just again, same thing. It is not the same graphical level of Nier Automata. It's just quite lower than that, but it's still highly enjoyable, especially on a gameplay perspective. People that have never played any of those or aren't really a JRPG or traditional JRPG fan, I wouldn't go for it. It's quite niche. It's quite a cult classic for the genre, and not something that would appeal to a lot of newcomers. Final Buildings have feeling too. It's quite an affordable game if it's something that feels like something you would like to get. It's currently in, I believe it's on Steam and a bunch of other platforms like Xbox, where we were playing right now. I believe it's gonna come out on. It's also on other consoles and will eventually come out on Switch. It's currently like I think 15 euros, I believe, or 16 euros on Steam. So you know, it's something really quite easy and affordable, something to kind of pass the time. Nothing really that would stress you out all day long playing. So that's it for me for tonight. We'll see you guys on Thursday, probably with another Destiny night. Depending on what the clan is doing, we might do a raid, or we might do some more challenging things like some of the Grandmaster Nightfalls. Hello, meow. And then next week we will probably showcase on Tuesday Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap, which is a game that I really loved back from the Nintendo 64 era, that has been completely finally got its sequel on the Switch. It's really fun. You get to take cute pictures of Pokemon, but you also have to be smart about it. It's not just like, you know, it's not like in the sense of a shooter and whatnot. And maybe maybe any other game that came out, probably Returnal, depending on when I get my hands on a review code. But until next time, you guys stay safe. Be good, wear a mask, and stay hydrated. And you have a lovely, lovely rest of the day or night, depending on where you are in the world. In the meantime, we'll quickly check out who is streaming right now so we can rate them with our little humble couple of people that are online right now in the chat. We might raid Lady Lilith, another compatriot of mine from Lebanon. Great girl. She's currently playing Valorant, so hope you guys enjoy it. And until the next time, peace out.
نزيه ثانك يو كتير على الريد. هلو. انا ام فلانكينج. heaven. thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you. I hope you're doing well.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, thank you for the gift sub.
ABO_Hijaz just subscribed.
Thank you for the gift
not
sub,
this one.
dude. You're an amazing person. Shukran. How was your stream, Nazir?
خلاص حد اعطاني سلاح. ثانك يو.
شو كنت عم
طيب.
تلعب؟
يا فك اوكي.
Take this I can buy. Take this.
نو ثانك يو.
والله شيلها. I can buy.
والله شكرا.
عبال سكن مالي شيلها.
No prisoners.
انت يوم قلت له سكن خلاص تقبلوا.
او نروح البي على الوال. Walling now. Go. Wall up.
حياتها.
Go low. Wall is going down now.
Defender is fine.
ليلي كيكي معي حبابه بليز.
Last player standing.
في أكثر من شخص.
لا تعيفوني كبش الفداء والله يعني.
I thought everybody is pushing.
حد وراك.
I was pushing. ليلي عم تستناني اموت.
No, I want you to go in to see if there is someone.
Forward. But do I think I'm gonna get to that, like, you know, like, there's so many great streamers I can name, even locally in South Africa that you can truly call like that upper echelon